your US dollar stablecoin Maxi, you're backing these issuers. But how much do you like the dollar itself?
No, versus crypto, it's complete trash. But within this ecosystem of, hey, I am a person in Argentina and I want to use a fiat currency. I'd rather not be the peso. I want a dollar. It's really hard to get dollars. I'd like to own a treasury bond or something like that.
How do you think in terms of dollars? You say it's trash versus crypto, but you still need some dollars in a portfolio. How do you think about that? Because in crypto, I feel, and I'm the same, I guess most people are the same. If you really understand crypto, if you understand Bitcoin and fiat currency devaluation, every time you have a dollar, you want to throw it into Bitcoin, right? But it becomes like there's a fine line between a smart way to think about that and actually kind of being also almost an addiction, almost like a gambling addiction. Shit, I need more Bitcoin. Because when you understand that, you understand you never have enough Bitcoin, right? But you need the dollars somewhere. How do you think about that? Or you just say, do you have a percentage where you say, for the business, for example, or for yourself, I need this amount in dollar, no matter what, I have this amount in in terms of percentage? Or like, how do you think about that?
My framework is, if you go to bed at night and you need to check your phone because you're worried about the price of Bitcoin, then you own too much. So whatever that amount is, I think it's a very personal decision. Some people would be okay with completely being Bitcoin. Some people would be okay with only 1% Bitcoin. That's a personal decision. But if it's keeping you up at night, then your exposure is too large.
What's your view on Bitcoin specifically today in late 2025?
In terms of like what aspect?
In terms of where you think we are at in the grand scheme of things?
I mean, I think we're early. It's not that it's penetrated a lot. It's the price has gone up of best performing asset in human history. We still have a ways to go because again, more money will be printed. It's just the way that things are. So I still think there are, relative to any other asset you can invest in to sort of preserve your wealth, it's still going to outperform.
So you still think it's early? You agree with people who say that it's early? How do you explain that to someone who says the classic thing when they come and say, "Oh, Bitcoin is so expensive; it's $110,000." You say, "No, it's still early." Explain simply. How do you explain that to someone who doesn't really agree with?
Well, so what's your alternative? What other asset do you think is going to outperform from today onwards? Irrelevant what happened in the past because you didn't invest. So don't even get concerned about what that was because you didn't do it. So who cares? From today onwards, you can invest in bonds, you can invest in gold, you can invest in Bitcoin, you can invest in certain stocks. Okay, you have your ecosystem of things that all are supposedly going to beat inflation. Which one does the best from now until the future? And so that's why I say Bitcoin is early because right now I still believe that the price appreciation of Bitcoin will outperform other assets that are trying to do the same thing because we all believe that fiat money will be printed.
When you say from now until the future, what's your thinking process? A lot of people I know, for example, Raoul Pal talks about 5 years, right? Most people actually, they say, in 5 years' time, thing will change. Some people I talk to on this podcast say, with AI, what Bitcoin is now, which is this kind of like lowest risk way of outperforming kind of everything. They say it might change in 5 years because of AI. We might have another money. How do you think about that?
I just think it's until such time when the perception about the pace of money printing changes. So I think that the investing public will start to believe or project that maybe the US and other countries won't print as much money as they did in the past. And therefore, all assets that are based on liquidity, which is everything, are going to decline in the price of fiat. So that could be Bitcoin, gold, stocks, whatever. So I think that's going to come sometime in the 2027, 2028 zip code in terms of time. And so I'm thinking, okay, well, for the next 2 to 3 years, what do I think is being the best performing asset? If I believe that dollars, euros, yen will be printed ad infinitum from this period for these 2 years, 3 years, what's going to do the best?
What makes you think that dollars going to get printed ad infinitum for the next 2 to 3 years?
I listen to what the politicians say, and they say we want to, do all these things, whether it's reindustrialize or they want an expanded welfare state or they want to fight wars and bomb people, whatever it is, it all requires money. And it's not like, oh, we want to do these things, but we want to increase taxes. That's not the message that politicians around the world are saying. It's we have this magical ability to just do whatever we want. And it's going to be okay. Don't worry about it. You're not going to have to make any sacrifices, population. And that just means you're going to print money.
What do you think could be a turning point for that money printing kind of madness?
I think that at least in the United States, which is obviously the biggest offender in this realm, it'll be the election in 2028. And the Team Blue Democrats will say, "Hey, we're going to do something different." Whether or not they actually do it is irrelevant. The rhetoric will change, and then investing class will, well, what's the percentage chance they win? It's probably a 50-50 coin toss. And so, maybe I should take down that expectation that if Trump printed 10 trillion over the next 3 years, whoever succeeds him in the Republican Party, maybe they're not going to be able to do it. Maybe the Democrats are actually going to not print money. I don't think they are, but it doesn't matter. It's what people believe about the future, whether or not it actually happens. And so I think that change in mentality will be what sets off sort of the, oh shit, maybe all these assets are overpriced. And, we have some sort of a massive bear market.